The media atmosphere in Korea and internationally has heated up again following a statement released by Kim Taehyung, a member of BTS, who finally broke the silence after Jungkook's sudden confession in Tokyo. In his statement released through his agency's official channel, Taehyung not only confirmed the existence of internal dynamics, but also revealed something that has long been a major question for ARMY. Is their relationship fractured? Jungkook's presence in Tokyo a few days ago sparked a storm of speculation. In an unprecedented situation, the Golden Magne was suddenly seen at Haneda Airport, Tokyo, with no clear promotional agenda, dressed casually in dark clothing and without official escort from hybe labels. Many considered Jungkook's departure an act of escape, but the official statement from the agency made the public even more confused as it refused to provide further information on the grounds of personal matters. However, on Thursday night Korean time, the public finally received some clarity. Taehyung, who is still fulfilling his military duties, issued a written statement through management, which was then uploaded to Weverse and the agency's official website. In that statement, Taehyung not only expressed disappointment but also confirmed that his personal relationship with Jungkook is indeed at a very fragile point. When someone decides to say something overseas and lets the world know without first talking to the people who have walked with him all this time, it's not easy not to feel hurt, wrote Taehyung. That sentence immediately shocked ARMY. It not only showed that Taehyung was aware of Jungkook's confession in Tokyo, but also that the confession carried deep emotional consequences. Although the full content of Jungkook's confession in Tokyo has not been fully disclosed to the public, several Japanese entertainment media outlets reported that in a limited meeting with local journalists and entertainment investors, Jungkook stated that he was considering an independent career path for the next few years. That statement raised questions. Is this a signal that Jungkook wants to take a different path from BTS? And more importantly, has this step been communicated with the other members? In his statement, Taehyung did not mention Jungkook's name directly, but referred to the action very transparently. We once talked about honesty, about choosing the path we believe in, but I didn't expect that honesty to come in a form that made me and the people I love feel abandoned. Korean entertainment industry analyst Shin Min-kyu from the Korea Entertainment Review stated that this is the first time in a decade of BTS's journey that emotional dynamics between members have been so clearly exposed to the public. Usually, BTS is very secretive about internal conflict. They have a very solid communication strategy. But this time, we are seeing a real crack in their solidarity. This isn't just about career, but touches the emotional aspects and individual identities within the group. According to additional information gathered by Jongong-ilbo, internal discussions about BTS's future have indeed been ongoing since the beginning of this year. With some members having completed their military duties and others still serving, this transitional period is said to be a very crucial and vulnerable moment. Jungkook, known from the start as a perfectionist with strong global ambitions, is said to have started feeling the need to build his own narrative and path. However, the hastiness in publicly disclosing the confession, according to an internal agency source, sparked unnecessary tension. Taehyung, in the final part of his statement, wrote, "I respect everyone's decisions, but I also want to say that loyalty for me is a value, not a temporary option. I want fans to know, if I seem gloomy or distant lately, it's not because I'm tired, but because I'm learning to accept painful changes." That statement became an emotional climax that made millions of BTS fans cry and reflect. The relationship between Jungkook and Taehyung, long known to be very close, has been a symbol of warmth and unity amid the harsh pressures of the entertainment industry. Now, that symbol seems to be shaken by a reality far more complex than what the public has known. Meanwhile, Jungkook's side has yet to provide any further response or clarification regarding Taehyung's statement. Some Japanese media reported that Jungkook is still in Tokyo and scheduled to return to Seoul this weekend, but that information has not been confirmed by hybe labels. This issue has now become more than just celebrity gossip. It is an inner battle between past commitments and future personal dreams. Taehyung represents the voice of those who want to preserve something built with heart, while Jungkook appears to be delving into his depths, searching for a freer direction. Neither is wrong. But the public now demands one thing: clarity. Amid growing speculation and drama, one question now haunts fans and industry observers. Is this the beginning of the end of BTS as we know it? Or is this a mature phase they must go through to grow as individuals? Time will be the judge. But for now, the world can only wait, listen, and understand that behind the stage lights, there is an emotional reality far more complicated than mere music and performance. And when someone like Taehyung finally speaks, it's not just a statement, but a mirror of wounds searching for meaning. After capturing the public's attention over the past few days, the issue regarding Jungkook's confession in Tokyo, which was said to have broken Taehyung's heart, is finally beginning to be clarified by various credible sources. Through cross-verification of circulating information and official statements from the agency, as well as a deeper reading of the statement once uploaded by Kim Taehyung, it can now be concluded that the narrative growing in public has been distorted by perception and baseless speculation. First and foremost, it must be emphasized that Jungkook indeed made a personal visit to Tokyo. However, his presence in Japan had nothing to do with any professional agenda such as a press conference or a confession to the media as reported by some unofficial entertainment media. HYBE labels, in its official statement, declared that Jungkook's visit to Tokyo was personal and had no official agenda related to BTS or his solo project. This means that all interpretations regarding any public statement in Japan, including a confession about an independent career, are baseless. Furthermore, sources within the agency also confirmed that there was no official meeting with Japanese reporters or closed-door press conferences, as mentioned in the rumors. This is supported by the absence of video documentation, photos, or official interview transcripts in any Japanese media regarding Jungkook's statements while in Tokyo. The suspicion that this so-called confession was only based on speculation has become even stronger with the lack of any authentic digital footprint of the said event. Meanwhile, Taehyung's written statement, which had been interpreted as a form of disappointment towards Jungkook, actually had a different context. The sentences in the statement, when read fully and not cut out of context, pointed to a reflective message about the overall changes experienced by BTS during the military service transition period, not as a specific response to Jungkook's actions. Many parts of Taehyung's statement were actually directed to ARMY as a form of appreciation and hope to remain united amid the group's changing situation. One example of narrative manipulation is the interpretation of the sentence, "I am learning to accept painful changes." This sentence, though emotionally charged, actually referred to Taehyung's personal experience undergoing military life, far from the artistic activities that had been part of him for more than a decade. In an additional clarification given by one of HYBE's internal communication representatives to Korean media, it was stated that Taehyung's statement was never intended to corner any member or respond to any issue relating personally to Jungkook. On the other hand, the relationship between Jungkook and Taehyung has not shown signs of breaking apart as depicted on various social media platforms. Both still follow each other's accounts, and there is no indication that their communication has been cut off. Even a staff member who regularly handles their schedules revealed that the two are still communicating well despite now being in different life phases. Speculations regarding separation or cracks in their relationship are mostly caused by the public's excessive expectations, accustomed to seeing their intimacy and unity on screen. When public communication becomes rarer, naturally due to military duties and personal projects, a vacuum appears, which is then filled with emotional interpretations from fans that, unfortunately, are often distorted by unofficial media narratives. This phenomenon is nothing new in the entertainment world. When big artists like Jungkook and Taehyung begin to enter adulthood, personal steps they take are often pulled into collective discourse that may not align with reality. In this case, the public saw the Tokyo visit and Taehyung's reflective statement as one narrative, whereas the two events have no direct relation. It is important to note that BTS as a group has undergone various forms of dynamics since the beginning of their careers, and transitioning into a new phase after more than a decade certainly brings its own challenges. However, interpreting each member's action as betrayal or personal conflict is an unhealthy approach and harms all parties involved, especially the artists themselves. From here, it can be concluded that the reporting regarding Jungkook's confession that broke Taehyung's heart is inaccurate. The news is not based on verifiable facts but on speculation and emotional assumptions that spread wildly online. That narrative has been proven to be inconsistent with official clarifications, lacks support from visual evidence or media documentation, and has been corrected by several verified sources in South Korea. Therefore, it is essential for the public, especially fans, to be more critical in absorbing information. In today's digital era, the speed of information dissemination does not always equate to its accuracy. Even emotionally touching narratives can turn out to be constructions of fragments of information taken out of context. As a closing note, Taehyung and Jungkook remain two individuals who are growing and learning under global spotlight. They have the right to live personal lives, make professional decisions, and undergo changes in attitude without constantly being framed in dramatic speculation. Their existence as part of BTS does not always equate to a perfect personal relationship, but it also does not automatically mean conflict when seen taking different or unique paths. By responding to information objectively and prioritizing clarification from official sources, we can all contribute to creating a healthy and fair media space for the artists we support. Let us see them as whole human beings, not merely characters in fictional narratives constantly spun for clicks and sensation. The facts are clear. There was no dramatic confession, no open conflict, and no heartbreak aired to the public. What exists is the normal dynamic in the lives of two artists navigating a period of change.